I'm hearing background music. Alright, I'm back. Some places from the Carolinas all the way to the Panhandle of Florida might receive just about as much as between a half an inch to a full inch of rain. In coastal Texas to Louisiana, they could receive just about as much as up to 3 inches of rain, maybe close to 4 in localized areas. In the Midwest, up to half an inch of rain from Kansas to Illinois, as well as for folks in the Colorado and New Mexico Rockies. Any new snowfall in the next 24 hours from Maine all the way to Erie. About as much as up to 3 inches of snow. Wild, not for you. Plenty of snow, just about as much as 3 to 6 inches of snow from Chicago to Dodge City. Colorado Rockies, as much as up to 6 to 8 inches of snow. Northwestern Montana, up to 3 inches of snow. But just so you know, folks, I mean, this is just estimates. These are not actual snowfall totals that could happen. These are just estimates. So you guys may need to consult with your local officials, local weather office, just so that you guys would know the exact amount, and also wind speed, wind direction, wind gusts as well in real time, as these are just estimates at this time. And and before we go, I just want to, before we move on to the upper part of the atmosphere, do you want to see the air quality index? Well, the air quality index is not as the best as it should be from Connecticut all the way down to Washington, D.C., but gets worse in the Carolinas, in Georgia, most particularly in Atlanta. But it gets really worse in an unhealthy category from Sacramento all the way to Los Angeles. And as you can see, folks, there is no wind, and when there's no wind, it just means that all that smoke, if someone were to start smoking and stuff, well, that would be very bad news. That means it's going to stay there high up in the atmosphere, but not like too high up, just only enough just to float around within the city and cause some problems for so many individuals with underlying conditions such as asthma, pneumonia, all that crap. And for those of you who have pre-existing conditions, do exercise caution. And for those loved ones out there, please be sure to check up on those who are at risk, and make sure that they are in check. But if something bad happens, just make sure that you get that individual to the hospital if that person is in trouble. On the AQI, I really hope there's going to be no more wildfire smoke next summer. I hope so too, while just as long as no one starts smoking and or probably start a fire or something, because well, it's getting out of control. I mean, I do remember more than 2 years ago where I had to put up with inhaling that stuff, because I mean, it wasn't just your problem, Wild. All that smoke was brought to us, and the air quality was so bad that it was considered lethal, and no one could have survived that. Okay, oh, and the air quality alert is in play in eastern Montana to eastern Wyoming. This year it was quite bad. Yeah, I just hope that you don't get any more pollution in your area, in your part of the country, Wild, as well as for everyone else, though. Let's go here. I'm going to save this for a couple of minutes from now. Just going to take a quick sip. Yep, 2023 was the worst for wildfire smoke. Yeah, it was indeed. It was indeed. Okay, so now let's take a look at the upper part of the atmosphere. We do have a trough just over Salt Lake City. And we do have another folding trough just located over the Hudson Bay area. Looks like a folding ridge just over western Mexico, and another ridge just offshore from the west coast. Oh, and also there is a ridge just over South Dakota and southwestern Minnesota. What does this mean? There's going to be some wintry weather in the Dakotas. Plenty of some storms from the desert southwest to the center of the plains, and possibly in parts of the southeast all the way up to the east coast. I mean, that's right now, though. But I just want to verify that we do have plenty of weather on the east coast, as well as for folks in the Great Basin to parts of New Mexico, though. And the Dakotas as well, parts of the Dakotas as well. Anyway, let's move on to 24 hours. We do have a trough that's located just north of the Great Lakes region. We do have a ridge just offshore from California, and but a flat, giant ridge just offshore from the Bahamas and Florida. Now, what does this all mean? It means that there's going to be some storms. It's going to stretch from Texas all the way to parts of New England and through the Great Lakes region and the Ohio Valley. While it looks like as though you may get something, though. You might get something. In Florida, possibly Florida might get some as well. But in the northern part. For Tuesday night, there is going to be a folding trough just north of Lake Ontario. And another trough just over Idaho, and there's going to be another ridge just over Baja California, and another one over the lower Mississippi Valley. It means that there's going to be plenty of wet weather all along the East Coast, and as well as just some mildly terrible, depressing weather in parts of the Great Plains to the mid-Mississippi Valley, and parts of the desert southwest, though, but not in a gradual scale. And finally, by Wednesday night, we do have a trough just over Utah, and there's going to be another trough just located near Hudson Bay. It's going to be a ridge over the Gulf. So that means that there's going to be plenty of wet weather in the desert southwest to, let's say, the southern plains. And some wet weather might occur in the interior parts of the northeast to the Great Lakes. While you may guess something, maybe. But we'll check up on that, though. But overall, you might get something for Wednesday night, though. Okay, and let's see. Let me try changing the regions real quick. I mean, this is something what I would call determining where storms are gonna occur. see. We got plenty of storms east, as well as folks down in the Great Basin. I mean, I think I pretty much cover a lot, but actually, something could occur coming from Mongolia. But I want to check. Okay, so this is tomorrow night. Yeah, not much action that's going on in Siberia, but whenever I see something from Siberia, it's something I'm paying attention to. But on the other hand, I got to keep my eyes here, though, because but it's not really much of something. I mean, from what I can tell, is that there's going to be plenty of storms, but not in a gradual scale that would guarantee any chance of like large scale type of winter storms that would dump a huge shitload of snow onto, let's say, anywhere in the US and Canada. I wouldn't mind a little bit more snow. We don't have all that much right now. Ah, I see. Yeah, I mean, as long as you're prepared for the snow, then that's good. But like I said, yeah, it's like a double-edged sword type of thing where you gotta choose between extreme cold or excessive amount of snow. Tomorrow night, we do have a chance of plenty of snow, but just to locate on the eastern side of the Great Lakes region. Then I do see something that could come from here. Let me play that. Then on the other hand, you do have chances of extreme cold moving into the Canadian Maritimes. Plenty of warmth in Alaska, or above average temperatures in Alaska by Thursday nights. Friday night, though, plenty of below average temperatures, but it's kind of relatively flat, but not like too flat, though. Saturday night, something could occur. It's going to happen throughout the US and Canada on the West Coast. Next Sunday night, though, that storm, it's going to deepen in terms of any barometric pressure in the upper part of the atmosphere, or no way geopotential height, which means that there's going to be something that could create some strong storms or some extreme cold air. Sorry. So, I mean, this is next Sunday night, but however, we're way too ahead in the future. I do see that there is a lot of extreme warmth that's going to occur. But right now, all is up in the air after next Sunday. Drought. Plenty of drought from the Panhandle of Florida all the way to southern Texas. Dots of extreme drought from Arizona and New Mexico to Montana, Idaho, and Washington State. Still some little bit in north of the Ohio River and a tiny bit along Maine's coast. Drought free in Kentucky and Rhode Island and much of North Dakota, much of Tennessee, and even much of California. Yeah, because there's plenty of moisture to go around, though. Alright, and fall foliage. Just one more thing. I mean, today is the last day of meteorological fall. Tomorrow begins the first day of meteorological winter. But, it's quite different from astronomical winter, which is going to be a thing on December 21st. Now, what's going on here? Okay, so Dallas has some peak colors, but would soon get some past peak colors. Atlanta has past peak